All right, guys. Good evening. Trying to catch my breath. I'm a little out of shape, but let's say this: I'm so proud of the way our kids fought. Uh, Largest comeback in school history. Uh, just proud. I don't know what else to say. Our kids showed a lot of heart, and we've had so much adversity and so many ups and downs of this off season, and even during this season. And to do what our young men did today, it's been 30 years since we beat UCF. Last 13 games, it's nice to be on the right side of that win column. Again, it was a full team effort, right? Our defense got that final stop, forced a missed kick, all those things. Obviously proud of the offense performance, especially in the second half. I owe credit to, let me say, this game was honoring Isaac Bruce. So Isaac's one of the true legends. I wish he was here with us to celebrate, but if you guys can share this with him, thank you, Isaac. This game also honored Tom 3. Scott Foreman, a dear friend of mine. So please let him know this game was also an honor of them. And just so proud of our young men. As I catch my breath, I'll take some questions, please.
Jacob, first question.
Well, Coach, first off, congrats on your first conference win. Secondly, what does it feel like to be a Memphis head coach and beat UCF after so many coaches could not? What does it feel like?
You know, really, it's the way it occurred. And it just – I was walking up and down the sideline. I saw some heads down, and I didn't like that. And I told our guys, we got to keep believing. It's the way we won. Look, if I'd be lying if I said this game wasn't important, if it didn't mean something in the history of this program and what we've occurred, obviously, as you guys know, as a grad assistant there at UCF. But for our young men that know that I told them what occurred on that field tonight will carry over for the rest of their lives, not only because of the opponent we beat, and they're a hell of a team. Obviously, they gave us everything we could handle and more. But fighting through adversity, never giving up, that will carry a long way. And those lessons are just as important as coming away with beating UCF. But I'm honored. Obviously, so many great coaches came before me here at this program. I just hope it's one of many. As you guys well know, I'll watch this game tonight, and I'll probably stay up all night and get ready for a great Temple team.
Thank you, Coach.
Steven?
Ryan, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Steve.
My dad just called me a second ago. He asked me, how'd you guys pull it off? So I didn't really know. When you were guys were down 21, did you imagine this was possible, pulling this off?
I truly did. I mean, if anybody noticed me on the sideline, I was going down with a big smile on my face, and people probably think I'm quite psychotic, but because our guys fight. And like I said, part of the adversity we've been facing, our guys know if we stick together, we got this thing. And so I was really proud of them. I mean, 100% of the credit goes to the players, obviously. We got some things we got to clean up, certainly not a perfect game. I mean, I'd rather the games not go down the last wire. I'll have a heart attack before this thing's all said and done. But our young men they believe in each other. They believe in the way we do things. I'm sitting there in the fourth quarter telling guys to tuck their shirts in and telling those guys that to get off the bench that weren't playing. And why? Why was I doing that in the fourth quarter? Because that stuff's important to me. I think that makes a difference in what we want to do as a program moving forward.
Terry?
Hey, Coach, you had two guys that couldn't even get off the bench last year, Austin Hall and Taj Washington, because of you, and they show up, act like this was just another game and show up and do what they need to do and get almost 300 yards between them. What this says about their character going in?
Yeah, I mean, look, we had a lot of guys step up that hadn't been on our roster, and we knew going this year, right? We were, obviously with, we met Kenny Gainwell not being here, we knew guys would have to step up. Obviously, and I go and approach this. DeMonte Coxey wasn't there, so we had other guys step up. And just proud of the efforts. I think the entire offense as a whole, obviously led by Brady White, put on a hell of a performance. And look, we're going to need a lot of those young receivers to step up, and obviously proud of Calvin and Taj and the entire wide receiving core.
Ryan?
Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Both teams combined for 17 penalties, and usually when these two teams plays, there's a high amount of penalties. What's the cause of that? Is it just because it's a physical game?
I like to think so. I think guys are so amped up, so revved up. And I told our guys, hey, we use the term greenhouse effect, right? We never want to get too high or never get too low during the course of a game. And I think a lot of that was just different things, right? So amped up, the physicality of the game. We knew what was going on, and some of those penalties started occurring later on in the game due to the fact that, hey, we had a chance to come back. And, that's stuff we got to continue to clean up.
Steven?
Coach, another one of those young receivers was Javon Ivory. I remember you talking about him in the kind of the preseason. When you consider the stage, prime time, best receiver isn't going to be available, how proud are you of the way that he performed under so much pressure?
Oh, very proud of Javon. I mean, he went up there and stepped up, like you guys said. We had a lot of faces out there that are making plays, right? You think about the guys, Sean Dykes didn't play much last year, right? And obviously has come back and doing great things this year. Calvin Austin, you guys remember, he was a walk-on last year. And, this is his first year as a scholarship wide receiver for us. Taj Washington really didn't play last year. Javon Ivory really didn't play last year. Tree Clark played sparingly last year. But if you guys remember, right, we had guys like Antonio Gibson, Kenny Gainwell, Patrick Taylor. So we got a lot of new faces on offense. But, again, the offensive line did a solid job. And I was just, obviously the quarterback did a great job. But proud of those wide receivers for stepping up big time.
Evan?
Ryan, last week you guys nearly had the 21-point comeback. This game, you guys were resilient as you stayed in it. What is it about this team where even though that those deficits are there, there's a trust and there's a confidence in this group that, like Brady said last week, we have them where we want them when they were down. What is it about this group that kind of has this ability to be resilient?
Evan, I truly, and this is not coach speak, I believe it talks about the character of our young men, the fight that we have, the guys that aren't giving up. Now, I don't want to go down 21 points all these games. I don't know if that's where we want to be, but just so proud. I just think it speaks so highly of the heart and the character and the belief of these guys. We believe in each other. We're a family. And we know, like we've talked about, these last 6 months have been screwed up. And Brady just broke down the team after I got done talking to them. When he broke the rock, he said, look, man, it's been screwed up here. A lot of things have occurred this season, but guess what? We keep fighting. We got our brotherhood. And we're just – everybody's so proud. And it doesn't matter if you were on the bench – not dressed out and shoulder pads, waving a towel, or you threw 6 touchdown passes. We're all in this together, and I think those guys know it, and they're a resilient group. Pre-game, Evan, while I was talking to them about what we needed, I said we need to start fast and finish strong. Man, did they finish strong. But the biggest thing I told them, I said they need to be relentless in everything they do. And I'm going to always speak because I believe these are life lessons to them. I talk about being relentless. Everything they do on the field will carry over to what they do off the field, right? And study hall. Community service, the relationships with their family. I think that stuff's so important.
On that last drive, did you say anything to Brady and the offense, or did you just kind of let them just say, hey, you know what to do?
Kevin Johns did a great job calling it. I just looked in the huddle. I had a big smile on my face. I said, we got this, boys. Let's go make history. And just so proud of them.
Terry?
Hey, Coach, you say you're an old school coach, man, but I don't know too many old school coaches that go forward on 4th and 1 on their 27-yard line, go forward on 2-point conversions on multiple occasions when it didn't seem like no one to go forward. What did that says about the confidence you have in your team, no matter what the situation is to come through?
I believe in these young men. I truly do. I mean, I get to see them battle and the ups and downs that they've gone through. And I think when they know, hey, coach got the confidence to go for it, they're like, all right, we got this thing. And that's why you said, down 21 points. How can they look at me with a damn smile on my face on the sideline and in the huddle? And they like I said, they're like, yeah, we got you. We got this. And again, I think it's the belief in each other, the belief in the way we do things, the belief in the way we work and be able to fight through adversity. And guess what? This is just one small step. As you guys know, this is something we're going to have to carry on week in and week out because we're just getting started our season.
Jeff?
Hey, Ryan, thanks for congratulations. 2 questions. One is, did you have time to think anything before that field goal? What were you thinking as they were lining up to kick that last field goal?
Yeah, I was just thinking, hey, let's miss this thing so I can celebrate with my guys on the sideline. I mean, I truly, you go through so many ups and downs, the emotions you guys have, you got to feel for what these last 6 months have looked like for our team. And I'd be lying if I said it's been easy. I mean, it's hard for everybody. And I'm not saying we've got woe is me and the chips are stacked against us and it's been hard. I mean, everybody's going through some stuff. But more so for our guys on the sideline, they deserved it. Just so proud of them. And that win, 100% for our players. And guess what? It's for all our previous Memphis teams that weren't able to do what we were tonight. And again, like I said, it's honoring Isaac Bruce, honoring Town 3. And that's what it meant to me more than anything. Yeah, I'm glad to be the head coach that was able to do so, but shoot, man, it's the team that got to do it, and I'm just so proud of them. But Jeff, no, I wasn't thinking much.
Mute. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm unmuted. Sorry. You said that Brady broke the rock. How important has he been in terms of keeping the team on beam? I know the team, but when players are, and I don't talk about Coxie, when players are opting out, is it harder to keep people who are staying all in? And how important has Brady been to keeping people all in?
Yeah, I mean, look, we exactly right, Jeff. We use that mantra all in, and more so now than ever, right? Like what we got, and we talked about it. So all we got is all we need. But Brady's a huge leader. We got guys like Calvin Austin that are leaders, guys that believe. And when I say something like, "Hey, let's pick up the trash," they get it. But Brady's been so instrumental the way we want to do things. You guys got me okay. But he's just been so instrumental. He understands when I talk to the team. He's just another voice, and we're continuing to find guys that are saying, "Okay, hey, Coach Silverfield said that, so that's the way we got to do things." But he's been awesome, right? He lives up in the office. He works his tail off. He lives and dies Memphis football. He bleeds blue, and the players believe in him. I think that's that last drive. Those guys look in the home, and he's got a big smile on his face too. And he's been awesome keeping those guys all in, and I'm just so proud of him. I mean, he's been resilient as they come, right? He did not have his best game versus SMU, and then some news this week. He could have had his head held down, but no, he believes in guys like Calvin Austin, those young other receivers that stepped up, the offensive line, the running backs, the tight ends. I mean, and he fights. I mean, he's a fighter. Gosh darn it, I'm so glad he's on our side.
Stephen?
Coach, obviously, I know there's going to be a lot to focus on with the defense, but when it mattered most, they kind of got you guys some crucial stops. How do you kind of feel about them after you guys got this win?
Yeah, Stephen, I'm not going to make any miss about it. We've got to improve on that side. We can't give up the explosive plays, and I knew that had to be key. Look, credit to UCF; they're one of the best offenses in the country, and there's a reason why they were put up so many yards and so many points. I mean, they're very, very good. They're very, very talented. They're very, very fast. They play fast. So we got things we need to clean up defensively. But guess what? They got the stop when it mattered most, and they forced that missed kick when it mattered most. So just like, guess what? We got things we got to clean up on special teams. We got things we got to clean up on offense. I mean, shame on me. I didn't have many answers when they start shutting down our run, and that starts with me, and I've got to do a better job with that. And so, look, all of this, any issues that we have as a team, 100% the finger should be pointed at me, and we'll find a way to fix it. I believe in our guys and our coaches, and we'll get it done. But, yeah, we've got a lot to clean up in all three phases.
Evan?
Ryan, got to ask, so what exactly is the status on DeMonte Coxie and TJ Carter, just for the record?
Yep, for the record, DeMonte Coxie is not part of our football program right now. And we're moving forward without him. And like I said, tonight, I believe in the guys we got and the receivers, and proud of the way they performed. And then TJ Carter was on the sideline, as you guys saw, and was not able to dress for this game.
Evan?
First of all, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
When everything cools down and all the dust settles, when you look back at this game, what is one word to describe this game when you look back at it?
I think the word was used earlier, right? I mean, I can say proud, I can say all that stuff, but resilient. And like I said, our kids showed heart, they showed character, they showed fight, relentless in their effort to come back. And I like to see that. Obviously, like I said, I don't want to be coming back from large deficits like that anymore. But again, I know I'm probably overusing the word proud, but I don't know if I could be even more proud of the group that's in that locker room right now.
Chris?
Yeah, Ryan, I might know the answer to this, but the decision to go for the 2-point conversions to make it like 6-point or maybe 13-point deficits, what's behind that? Is that about trying to win in regulation? I know it's something John Harbaugh's talking about. Yeah,
Chris. So look, normally, you can say, well, why would you go for 2-point after that? To put it when we were down, then if we got a touchdown and kicks the extra point, then it would be win the game. And really, it was twofold. One, we were playing to win the football game. I didn't want to go up there and score twice and then go into overtime. But also, I think our guys had confidence, right? We knew if we got that 2-point conversion. And I went up and down the sideline, and I told our guys, I said, do you guys know why we went for 2 there? A lot of them said, no. I said, look, we go back, defense is going to hold them. We score a touchdown. We're going to win this game when we kick that extra point. And it's amazing to see their eyes light up and say, Damn straight, man. Coach believes in us. That's okay. That's what's up, and that's part of it. You can call it foolish coaching or just, but in my opinion, look, we were playing to win the football game, and I literally right after that 2-point conversion, I walked up and down the sideline and told everybody exactly why we did it.
What was there any? I know sometimes the math tells you it's better to do that. Did that enter the decision at all?
Yeah, I'm not much of a statistician, or even though I was an economics major, but we do use analytics, and really at that point they said if you're playing to win the football game, you go for 2 there early. That way, if you didn't get it, then you go for 2 to tie it up. So that's about a 50% chance. If we're playing to win the game, then I'll take that risk right there. So that's why we did it, Chris. Maybe if it was a 10-10 football game, or if it was a lower scoring game, maybe have been more conservative, but I also knew that, hey, at that point our defense was giving up some big plays, and I just thought it was the best thing to be aggressive there.
Terry, last question.
Hey, Coach, when you play a good time, you always say, we got to play a perfect game. You guys didn't play nowhere near a perfect game, and you still come back winning. What did that say about the character of the team, that you can do this even against a good team and still come out on top?
Yeah, well, we did not play a perfect game. Like I said, we got a lot of things to correct, a lot of things to fix and improve upon. And that's the nice thing is after this win, I'm actually going to be much harder on our team, because now they can sit there and say, okay, yeah, coach is on our ass right now because we got a lot to work to do. And if it was after a loss and I'm chewing tail and saying we got to fix that, maybe they wouldn't listen. But I think now's a perfect time to say, okay, guys, we got to clean this up. We got to clean that up. And the guys will buy in and say, yeah, you're exactly right. And look, I want to enjoy this. I told them we got to make great decisions tonight, but we got to come back tomorrow ready to work. We know what we got risk with Temple coming back. I think a lot of our guys have a bad taste in their mouth. But to answer your question, Terry, it speaks so highly of the character of our guys to come back the way they did without playing a perfect game. And I know that they'll always fight. And again, I'll use that word proud one more time. I'm really proud of this Memphis football program.